There are a few insurance myths that I hear over and over again in our communities. And these myths don't just cost people money, they cost families peace of mind, businesses their livelihood, and sometimes generations of progress. What makes this even tougher is that many of these beliefs didn't come from bad intentions. They came from limited access, bad experiences, mistrust, and people doing the best they could with the information they had. Here's the truth though. Insurance myths don't protect you. They expose you. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to break down the biggest myths I hear and explain what actually protects you. So let's get started. Today, I want to talk about 4 common insurance myths I see in many communities, especially among working families, entrepreneurs, and small business owners. These myths show up in auto insurance, home insurance, life insurance, and business coverage. And while the details change, the result is often the same. People think they're covered until something happens. Before we break these down, let me say this clearly. This is not about blame. This is about clarity. To understand where these myths come from, we first need to talk about the most common one I hear. Myth 1. I just need the cheapest policy. This myth is everywhere. Many people believe insurance is only about price, and the cheapest policy is the smartest move. Here's what gets missed. Cheap coverage usually means limited protection, lower liability limits, higher deductibles, exclusions you don't see until a claim is denied. Insurance isn't meant to be a coupon, it's meant to be a financial shield. Once price becomes the only focus, the next myth usually follows. Myth 2. State minimum is enough. State minimum coverage exists to get drivers legal, not protected. In today's world, medical bills, vehicle repairs, and lawsuits add up fast. If you cause a serious accident and your coverage runs out, the rest doesn't disappear. You're responsible for paying what's left. Another belief I hear often is tied to trust or lack of it. Myth 3. Insurance companies never pay. I understand where this comes from. Many people know someone who had a claim denied, or they had a bad experience themselves. Here's the reality. Most denied claims happen because coverage was misunderstood, not because companies refuse to pay. Insurance only pays for what the policy actually covers, not what we assume it covers. That's why clarity before a claim matters more than explanations after one. This next myth shows up a lot with younger families and business owners. Myth 4. I'll wait and buy insurance later. Life gets busy. Money feels tight. Insurance gets pushed down the list. But insurance is one of those things you can't fix after the loss. You can't buy coverage after an accident. You can't add life insurance after a diagnosis. You can't go back and raise limits once the lawsuit starts. Protection only works when it's already in place. Let me share a real-world example that ties these myths together. And if you made it this far, you care about ensuring your peace of mind. Allow me to share this story. I once worked with a small business owner who believed 2 things. 1, the cheapest policy was good enough. 2, nothing major would happen. Then a customer slipped, got injured, and filed a lawsuit. The business had insurance, but not enough. The policy limits were exhausted quickly. Legal costs followed. Personal assets were now at risk. That situation didn't happen because the owner didn't care. It happened because they felt nothing would happen, which is a myth to itself. And that's a story I never want to see repeated. So what should replace these myths? Instead of chasing the cheapest policy, focus on proper liability limits. Instead of guessing what's covered, ask clear questions before a claim. Instead of delaying, review coverage anytime life or business changes. And most importantly, work with someone who explains coverage in plain English, like I work to do myself. Insurance should feel understandable, not intimidating. Insurance myths survive in silence. When no one explains the rules, when no one takes time to educate, when people are left to figure it out alone. My role is to help replace confusion with clarity and eliminate myths with real protection. If this helped you see insurance differently, I encourage you to keep learning, especially from listening to my channel. This really helps the channel grow. Now, if this content was helpful, put a thumbs up in the comment section and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe to my channel. Then, share this content with someone who may benefit from this topic. But don't stop here. Check out my next video on my left for more insurance and financial tips. And as I like to say, call Jay today.